Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Gunshine State. I am your host, Craig DeLuz, and we are here in Detroit, Michigan. That's right. We're here in Detroit, Michigan. We're here with LAID, Legally Armed in Detroit, and our goal is to get 1,500 women legally armed in Detroit. And with me, I have the mastermind, the organizer, the guy to blame for all of this, and that would be Mr. Rick Ector of Legally Armed in Detroit. Rick, how you doing, sir?
Hey, man, I'm good, man.
Man,
I'm
you
good.
get your hustle on, man.
It's a bustling atmosphere, man.
I
It's a bunch
am
of
so
people
excited.
here. They're excited. Adrenaline's flowing. They get to relieve some of that when they go into the booth after they have that range safety briefing, shoot some rounds, put some lead down range, make some pretty holes in paper. Nice configurations, too, I might add, center of mass. But everything's going good, man. How about yourself? How you feeling today?
You know what, man? I'm feeling good, man. It's just funny with everything with the COVID. It's like everything's been canceled, and so this is the first chance I've had to get out of, get away from home and be around, free people, liberty-minded people in a freer state than some.
Well, man, I'm telling you, we're having fun, and for those of you that are still cooped up and locked down, you have my greatest sympathies. But if you can sneak out and come to an event like this, it's got to be at least 3,000 miles away, right? How many thousands of miles is it?
Oh, probably at least a couple of thousand.
At least 2,000
I don't
miles,
know.
man.
I didn't drive it, so I don't.
I'm glad you didn't drive it. I'm glad you didn't walk it. I'm glad you didn't Amtrak it, but you made it.
No, most definitely made it. I am so glad that I was able to get here. All right, so let's just break up a couple of things down. So what made you decide that you wanted to put on an event like this? Go back with me to the first one that you did.
And the first one I did was 9 years ago. I saw a very distressing, disturbing story on the local news channel. It was a local woman whose body was found on the street. And I say body because obviously she had been killed, violated, murdered, and I thought someone should do something about it. And I decided to call out on social media to get women to join me at a gun range, and I would just pay for them to have a shooting experience, a shooting lesson, to shoot, and at least spark an interest in personal protection with the firearm, man. And I just kept going. 50 became 100. Soon we start, growing by, geometric regression, man? Maybe not doubling, but cubing and exponentially grew,
go.
man. And next thing you know, just 9 years later, we're talking about attempting 1,500 in 2 days.
Wow. All right, so last year you did 800. I mean, was that more than you ever thought you would do?
Not the year before, but it's probably a lot more than I thought I would have done or have grown after the first iteration of this event. You don't look at day one, year one, and say, hey, I did 50. Maybe I can do 1,500 in 9 years. But you just keep at it, and you keep plugging away, and you keep growing, and you'll surprise yourself at what you can achieve if you don't quit, man. But those first few years, they're tough sledding, man. But you just got to stick it out.
So the great thing about this event is that it's free.
It's free. To the participants, it's free.
It's free.
We
to
have
the
some
participants,
great sponsors, man. We have some great sponsors. We have a ammunition manufacturer that donated tens of thousands of rounds of ammunition. We had we had a different gentleman who runs ATEI who provided the guns. We have firearms instructors donating their time. We have, just all sorts. We had firearms legal protection that provided the targets. I mean, I'm going to document all of the sponsors, man, but these are the ones that just jumped out at me right away. But we couldn't do it without our supporters, without our friends, without our sponsors. And they get a big kick out of it like we do, man. I mean, just looking at some of these brand new shooters with these target silhouettes and the smiles that are going across their face, they're like, hey, I actually did this. It's priceless.
I always think back to the first time my wife shot a gun, and it was kind of funny because I'd been into guns for a while, and she never was really interested, and I didn't realize until I actually took her to the class, and I didn't realize it wasn't so much like it was a phobia, but it was just like I don't
not
think
into
she
it.
knew how uncomfortable she was, and just how society and the media really puts this fear in you of
Well,
firearms.
Well, they do, man, because they make this unnatural, untrue connection that bad guys are associated with guns. There's never any positive imagery or any positive dialogue about good people, owning firearms and the good that you can do with it. I can't think of anything greater than a man or a woman being enabled and empowered and sufficiently equipped to defend their homes and to defend their children. I mean, as a man,
Right.
as a father, as a husband, man, that's duty one, man.
Wow. Yeah,
To be the
no, you're right.
protector, to
You're
be
right.
the covering. That's duty number one.
Right.
And then, paying the bills, that's duty number two. But duty number one is make sure you protect them.
Exactly. So, what? Oh God, I totally had this question, and I was like, wow, now this is a really profound. Oh, that's what it was. So when a lot of people don't think pro-gun when they think of Detroit or when they think of Michigan, but that's not necessarily the case, is it?
Well, I mean, there's this perception. I mean, because we have some really interesting stories that hit the airwaves and make it national news. But unfortunately, everything that makes national news out of Detroit isn't positive. There have been some true horror stories out there. And it was one of those horror stories that emboldened me to undertake this this project years ago, man. And I don't know if we will ever have enough positive stories about different things that are happening in Detroit, such as this program and others that other people are doing. But you know what? I don't do it, and I'm sure the other people don't do it for the accolades. They do it because it's a very good thing to do. And to a person, every time we do this event, every volunteer, every sponsor feels really great about what they did on this day. So,
Excellent.
I don't lack for people wanting to participate the following year.
Okay. How do people get in contact with you? Follow the work that you're doing. If they want to support this event or other events like it that you're doing, how do they connect with you?
Easiest way I would say is social media, man. I'm all over social media. Detroit CCW on YouTube. 2,200 videos out there I've put out since, I've been a YouTuber for about 12 years now. So I haven't been prolific. I just been steady. If you're steady, man, and keep at it, no telling what you can do. I'm on Twitter, Instagram. You know what? I forgot my password, but I even have a MySpace page out there. Blogger, Legally Armed in Detroit. Website, DetroitCCW.com. I'm telling you, Rick Ector, you can't miss me.
Excellent. Rick, thank you so much for the work that you do.
Hey, man, thank you for having me.
Hopefully we can get you out to Florida to do some of this.
Man, I'd love to make it to Florida, man. I better yet. I can't wait to come to Cali, man. I just hate to leave my gun at home, but I'm going to come to Cali, man.
All right, sir. Well, hey, folks, that's going to be it for this episode of the Gunshine State. We very much appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate you liking and sharing the program, telling your friends about Florida Carry, Florida's premier Second Amendment civil rights advocacy group. You guys take care. We'll be back real soon.
And break.